Nambe Senchen Tamje Dewa Tangde Dunga Tangde Nidu Lana Mepa Yang Tabra Sobe Chanchu Rinpoche To Praja Dala Tangwa Jebe Dra Nobar Jebe Gek Tarpa Dan Tamje Kembe Bardu Chopra Jeba Tamje Kisa Jebe Mha Namka Dang Nambe Senchen Tamje Dewa Tangde Dunga Tangde Nidu Lana Mepa Yang Dabra Sobe Janju Rinpoche To Paraja De Sama Gegi Bardu Lunga Yisum Gewala Go Mashe Bardu Lunga Yisum Gewala Go Du De Ring Ne Sung De Ne Ma Santa Samji Bardu Lunga Yisum Gewala Go Ye Jodan Saki Chonam La Chanchu Bardu Dane Kyamsu Ji Dage Jinsu Gibe Sonang Ki Drola Penche Sangye Drupra Shu Sangye Jodan Saki Chonam La Chanchu Bardu Dane Kyamsu Ji Dage Jinsu Gibe Sonang Ki Drola Penche Sangye Drupra Shu Sangye Jodan Saki Chonam La Chanchu Bardu Dane Kyamsu Ji Dage Jinsu Gibe Sonang Ki Drala Penche Sangye Drupra Isho Nangka Dang Nyampe Senjen Tamche Dewa Dang Dewe Kindan Dapra Gyuji Dungyao Dang Dungyao Ki Gyudan Drava Gyuji Dungyao Mepe Dewa Tame Dewa Gyuji Nering Chadang Nidang Drava Dang Nyang La Nebra Gyuji Nam Ka Dang Nyam Pe Sen Chen Tam Che Dewa Dang Dewe Gin Dan Dambara Girji Dung Yao Dang Dung Yao Ki Gyu Dang Drewa Girji Dung Yao Me Pe Dewa Dang Me Drewa Girji Ne Ring Cha Dang Ni Dang Drewa Dang Nyang La Nebra Girji Ma Nam Ka Dang Nyam Pe Sen Chen Tam Che Dewa Dang Dewe Gin Dan Dambara Girji Dung Yao Dang Dung Yao Ki Gyudan Rewa Gyurji Tunga Mebe Dewa Tangme Rewa Gyurji Nering Chadan Nidan Rewa Danyon La Nebra Gyurji Zhu Zun Gun Du La Ma La Her Chang Ju Par Du Da Gyam Chi Ta Ka Gyam Du Du Chi La Ma Sang Ye Drup Zun Chen Zhu Zun Gun Du La Ma La Her Chang Ju Par Du Da Gyam Chi Nyam ta ka gyab dru dru jir la ma sang ye drup sun jan sun kun du la ma la chan chu bar du da gyab jir Nyam ta ka gyab dru dru jir la ma sang ye drup sun jan mi ye 这辈子我是上堂一个主，气囊上瓦拉梅佩南开康个 Kyam Kyu Ju Namo Ranatrayaya Namo Bhagavate Vadrasara Paramadhane Tathagataya Arahate Samya Sambuddhaya Teya Tha Bhadre Bhadre Maha Bhadre Maha Tejo Bhadre Maha Vidya Bhadre Maha Bodhi Chitta Bhadre Maha Bodhi Mando Pasankramana Bhadre Sarva Karma Varana Vishodhana Bhadre Soha Namo Ranatrayaya Namo Bhagavate Vajasara Paramadhane Tathagathaya Arahate Samya Sambuddhaya Teyata Bhadre Bhadre Maha Bhadre Maha Tejo Bhadre Maha Vidya Bhadre Maha Bodhi Chitta Bhadre Maha Bodhi Mando Pasankramana Bhadre Sarva Karma Avarana Vishodhana Bhadre Soha Namo Varanatrayaya Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Paramadhani Tathagathaya Arahate Samya Sambuddhaya Teyatha Om Bhajre Bhajre Mahabhajre Mahatejo Bhajre Mahabhidya Bhajre Mahabodhicitta Bhajre Mahabodhi Mando Pasankramana Bhajre Sarva Karma Avarana Vishodhana Bhajre Soha. Om Bhadra Argam Ahom, Om Bhadra Padyam Ahom, Om Bhadra Pushbe Ahom, Om Bhadra Dube Ahom, Om Bhadra Aloke Ahom, Om Bhadra Gende Ahom, Om Bhadra Nevede Ahom, Om Bhadra Shabda Ahom. Rani kechi idham lar sewe dung karin chin tri chu i vun ser pedani ten sa we lama dang yer me gyao chu ji den sun ki gun kundo karma sempe si ji bar li tri dang chu chu gu sha ka dang Nian dun zhu pe ka da zhu pen mar ka do nga den wang shui gur kim u. Dun dun den zin cha je dur gyu shu de la da zhu gong pe la ma dang. Chi zhe dung gyu ser gi teng wei ko dung yam ye yung sen te pe de de. Yidam la sok chok sum cho song je ching pong ta chin ne sum yi ge le o tro rang re ye she jin drang gyu. Chu seong na kya wang kyo pa je chuk sum sa sum kya chul ku dang je mon dam je tu ye ke chik la dro la je se ne de she su so song ye chen dang su kien kun pen ten tuk sang ge pe kar gi tem par shu Sam ye yon ten pung po da ne la shing du da nya lu ke cha ge ho mandra samma ja bema kama la ye satam ati bu ho prati cha ho. Shin kam kya su chu yun shab sil tang chu ke du pe chin tang mar me cheng Ri jo shao se nian yang ro mo je nam ge kang go kang de ta ge bu om guru buddha rena sabare vara Argampate Jasoha Om Guru Buddha Rena Sabare Vara Padyam Prate Jasoha Om Guru Buddha Rena Sabare Vara Pushpe Prate Jasoha Om Guru Buddha Rena Sabare Vara Dhruve Prate Jasoha Om Guru Buddha Rena Sabare Vara Aloke Pradeja Soha Om Guru Buddharena Sabare Vara Gende Pradeja Soha Om Guru Buddharena Sabare Vara Nivede Pradeja Soha Om Guru Buddharena Sabare Vara Shakta Pradeja Soha 이원도 배연대 남방아 겨보실라 오베린진 다시 다당세계라 소바다로랑대 겨와 남라부 Duzum deje gundu lama la gosum ram gudang we chak se shing. Jinang sang sun chu trin kya tsu chu duk sum ki ke dik tong so sor sha. Sang sun se be pu la je yi rang tek sum chu ki ko lo kor wa dang. Dorje sum yi ngo bo so she so kor sum nam da ge cho gya cho kun ku sum go bang la me top je ngo ja go kyang ki ju gyur la ma je rab jam chuk du gya wa chi zu Yonten kya zurang shing nian he yang ki yen la bum ki to chak se. So this particular mantra that we chant for this Guru Puja is a type of mantra that is called the name mantra. So what that means is the name specifically here, the name of Jigten Sumgun is Trelokya Nata Ratnashri. Trelokya Nata Ratnashri is his name. So then this basic mantra, with the exception of that specific name, Trelokya Nata Ratnashri, that can be replaced. So in the Guru Yoga practice for the fivefold Mahamudra, for example, the entire lineage, where every generation there's one name given, different names of the lineage masters are inserted into to replace. So it will be like Om Anamo Guru Bajadrika, then the particular guru or throne holder of that generation, then Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhipala Home. And then you substitute the names for each generation. So with regards to lineage, as I have emphasized again and again, I hope it's somewhat, that this is not something new that you're hearing. Of course, if you just newly joined my set of teachings, then this might sound new. But I think it's really important that we recognize that the word lineage points to a very important element in our Dharma practice. However, because it is so important, this word lineage, you can say, is used in different contexts differently. So I would say in terms of our Dharma practice, then we want to understand clearly when we say it is important that you have a lineage, that statement doesn't get mixed up with sectarian business. Sectarian business, even sectarian business, when I use this word, I don't necessarily mean it in a negative way. When I say sectarian stuff, sectarian business, or sectarian concerns, their lineage as a sect being the English word for a religious group, without any negative connotation, at least in academia, we use sect, S-E-C-T, without, it's a neutral term. So sectarian means it pertains to the sect. So lineage as a sect refers to, and I think we should recognize, to a particular institution and organization that has its own hierarchy, its own organization, its own way of doing things. The hierarchy might be very clear or somewhat vague, and so on and so forth. So in that sense, for example, the Drikunkagyu lineage as a sect, as a lineage in that sense of the word, we have clearly at the head of the whole lineage are the two Kyabguns, Kyabgun Jesang Rinpoche and Kyabgun Jungsang Rinpoche. I should also footnote that in recent years, Kyabgun Jesang Rinpoche, who is outside of Tibet, and Kyabgun Jungsang Rinpoche, who is inside Tibet, Kyabgun Jesang Rinpoche increasingly doesn't want to use the name Jesang and Jungsang, Chesang and Jungsang. So you might have noticed that more and more in official Facebook or other communications, especially Kyabgun Jesang Rinpoche, not wanting to use Chesang. Because in Tibetan, Chesang and Chungsang, Che is big, Chung is small. So it's like saying the Kyabgon big Rinpoche and the Kyabgon small Rinpoche. So he himself carries the title of the big Rinpoche, Drigong Kyabgon Chesang. So he doesn't want to use Chesang. Instead, he uses his given name, his given Dharma name, Tinle Lundup. So he says, if you all want to distinguish between me and the Kyabgon in Tibet, then call me with my given Dharma name, Kyabgon Tinle Lundup. So that's what's going on. Maybe for most of you, not important, but just so you know. Because he said, like it has given rise to, especially people who don't know Dugong much, and when they superficially look, oh, Chesang, Chungsang, then they're thinking, oh, the minor one is in Tibet, the major one is in India, and that's not good, right? If people think like that. And so anyway, at the head of this sect, at the head of this lineage, are these two throne holders of Kyopa Jigten Sungwen, Kyabgon Chesang and Kyabgon Chungsang. Then there is the notion of like within the Dugong area, there are three great monasteries of Dugong Kagyu. It's like Dugong Til, the one founded by Jigten Sungwen, Dugong Til Monastery. Then there is another monastery founded by the 17th throne holder, and that one, and then there is a third one. So these three monasteries in that area are considered like the main monasteries. And then, of course, in Eastern Tibet, there is like a main monastery. In Western Tibet, there is a main monastery. And then throughout time, there's a certain hierarchy established in terms of like the heads of these head monasteries in the Western side, in the Eastern side. So all of that, right, with these hierarchy necessary, again, hierarchy, I don't use it in a bad sense. When you have a group of human beings living together, some kind of structure is necessary. Some kind of organization is necessary. And when you come with structure, when you come with organization, then you have all these designations. So that's lineage, that is a sect in that sense. That is, and ordinarily then when you say Dugong Kagyu, then you say, oh, that is lineage. But I think it's important that we do not confuse this first sense of lineage. This first sense of lineage, I would say it's a more mundane sense of lineage. There is a more essential sense of lineage, and that is the one where in the Tantras, when Buddha taught in the Tantras, when Vajradhara taught in the Tantras, like you cannot practice the Tantras effectively without a lineage. There, they're not talking about this kind of sect, this kind of organization, this kind of hierarchy. There, they are talking about the lifeblood of the practice. From master to disciple to master to disciple to master to disciple, all the way down to us. That sense of lineage, in a way, maybe doesn't need a name. Even like the name Drigong Kagyu, it's not such a magical name. As you remember I said, right? All it means is the Kagyu. That means the lineage that follows Ka. Ka is the Buddha's authoritative words. Ka is Buddha's authoritative words, meaning Buddha's truthful words. That's why it has authority. That's why it has power. Ka Gyu. Gyu is lineage. The lineage of those who follow the Buddha's Ka. The Buddha's Ka. The Buddha's authoritative statements, the Buddha's authoritative words. Drigong is the name of an area, which is, so then Drigong Kagyu means right? Mm. Those who follow the Buddha's words that are in that area called Drigong. So even these names of lineage as we know it, they're not, they're sort of just named places. Then, of course, give it 1,000 years, give it enough history, then it becomes like the special name of a tradition, which is good, which is wonderful. But this more spiritual sense of lineage perhaps doesn't even need a name. It's just a succession of master, student, master, student, master, student, teachers, disciple, teacher, disciple, all the way down to us. That is the lineage that we need to not forget, that we need to have. And in that sense, in a way, you can say, it doesn't matter so much whether I know or not the specifics of every person in this particular line that I'm now a part of. Because in a way, it's what's important is to know that you come from a line of spiritual transmission that have reached you now. And then the notion of like, and then I am a link of this, for this line to flow beyond me. This is also important. Of course, we're not saying, oh, I'm going to be a teacher, I'm going to influence others and this and that. And not in that sense. Or it could be in that sense, but more basic than that is that I am part of a continuity, which is what gyud, which is what lineage in Tibetan means. I am part of a continuity that should not be broken because of my actions. I should not let this lineage break. And personally, not letting the lineage break means this flow, this transmission that has come to me should not stop with me. It should continue to flow. And for it to continue to flow, it has to flourish in me. It has to do well with me. When it does well in me, with me, and through me, then whether I explicitly teach the Dharma to others or not, I am keeping this transmission alive. I'm ensuring that this transmission is intact and flows to the next generation. That sense of lineage is really important. So that when we do Gurupuja, that sense of lineage guru, that sense of root guru, that spiritual sense of lineage and gurus is what that is called indispensable. So it situates ourselves. For example, one implication is that it situates you not just as this individual person, but that you're part of this bigger vow, bigger aspiration. You have joined the bodhicitta vow, the bodhicitta aspiration of all these lineage masters. And from you down to future generations. So in the Guru Yoga practice that is in the Fivefold Mahamudra, there is a list of names for this name mantra that you would substitute. And the names given are the names of the main holders that are universally recognized within this lineage that we call Drigong Kagyu. So there are names of usually the holders of the throne. Sometimes there are names of regions in between two holders, especially if the next holder is still very young. So then there is a regent appointed, and sometimes it's the name of a regent. Or sometimes there is the name of a very important regent in the spiritual sense even, from another part of Tibet,
that sort of ensured that the spiritual guidance of this lineage doesn't break in the Drigong sect, in the Drigong organization. So then there are these names. Of course, in this Guru Yoga practice, only one name, that is the name of Jigten Sumgan. And even with regards to those names, right, usually when you read those lineage names, it will be every generation, one name, 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 one name. And also what I have mentioned in the past, and I will repeat here, is that you should not think, that the lineage is just one person. Every generation, one person. Because, for example, Tilopa. Tilopa, then we say Naropa, right? But Tilopa had more than one student than Naropa. Within Naropa's generation, there are many, many, many others. We say Naropa is the main one, in part, why? Because Marpa, the next person, primarily connected with Naropa. And so then we say Naropa is the main person. Then why do we say Marpa is the main person? Because Milarepa says Marpa is the main person. Why do we say Milarepa is the main person in that generation? Because Gampopa says. And so on and so forth up until, why does, if your primary connection to Drigong Kagyu is me, you're like, why does Han say, is Kyabgon Chesang? Or why is it Kyabgon Chesang? And you say, well, because Han says, I'm not saying that I appointed him as the head. I'm just trying to show how, in a way, lineage is constructed backwards. You connect with someone, and then that someone says, oh, well, I look to this person. And then that person said, well, here in the last, my teacher is that person and that person and that person. And that's how you go reach back to Tilopa, right? It's not the case that Tilopa says, oh, this, that, pointing down. It's here looking back and looking back and looking back and looking back and looking back. But necessarily as a group, you need to have, one set of names rather than different sets of names. And that's going to cause a lot of confusion. So then one set of names is used. You could say that each name in this set, in this line, is like a symbolize a whole generation of masters and disciples. Each name is a placeholder for an entire generation of masters and disciples, then all the way to our own time. And then these lineage prayers usually end with, and to my root Lama, and usually that name is not given. And it's just a generic, and to my root Lama, so and without saying so and so, I pray. Here, if you look at the name mantra, Om A Namo Guru Bhajadrik, so that is standard. Then the specific name is Trelokya Nata. Trelokya Nata is Jigten Sumgan in Tibetan. Tre is tres, three. Like Spanish, like English, tre, Sanskrit, same root, Indo-European languages, tre. Lokya is world or realms, is Jigten in Tibetan. Sum is tre. Gun is nata. Nata is Lord, protector. Lord or protector. Nata. So Trelokya Nata, Jigten Sumgan, is the name that Pamodrupa sometimes would use when he is calling his student that we now call Jigten Sumgan. It's sort of, it's Pamodrupa's kind of respect for his disciple. This is a great master, when you can view your disciple as pure. Very hard. Because in part, the master's job is to polish the disciple, to polish the diamond that the disciple is. But nonetheless, to do the polishing, you need to know where the dirt is to polish away. And yet you have to view the disciple as diamond. So Pamodrupa is a real master because he could, without pretense, without agenda, very purely, he gave Jigten Sumgön this name, Lord of Three Worlds, which is what it means here, Lord of Three Worlds. And this name, Lord of Three Worlds, Jigten Sumgön, is actually one of the many names of Avalokiteshvara, of Chenrezig. Chenrezig is called Jigten Sumgön. So in the 21 Taras prayer, the first Tara, the praise for the first praise of the 21 praises, or the 21 verses of praise, the first verse has this Jigten Sumgön. From the tear of Jigten Sumgön, you were born. Meaning from the tear of Avalokiteshvara, you were born. So this name Trelokyanatha, before it is used to apply to Kyoba Rinpoche, it was, a title, an epithet, a name associated with Avalokiteshvara. Then Ratnashri is in Tibetan Rinchen Pel. Ratnashri is the Dharma name of Jigten Sumgön. Jigten Sumgön is more like a name, a respectful a way of honoring him, calling him the Lord of the Three Worlds. Rinchen Pel, or in Sanskrit Ratnashri, that was his given Dharma name. And so Trelokyanatha Ratnashri. Then Mula Guru is root Guru. Mula is basic, Mula is beginning, Mula is root. Mahamudra Siddhipala. Siddhipala, the fruit of the accomplishment. Pala is fruit or result. Siddhi is accomplishment. So what kind of accomplishment? The fruit of accomplishing Mahamudra. Hung is part of Hung. Hung is the body, speech, and mind, essence of body, speech, and mind of all Buddhists. So this mantra has those three syllables, beginning with and then at the end, Hung. The Hung at the end also serves as, basically this wisdom syllable. Hung is the wisdom syllable of the wisdom of all Buddhists. When you come to this part where you say Hung, you can think, let everything be dissolved by wisdom into wisdom, and the wisdom of emptiness in particular. Let everything be dissolved by wisdom into wisdom and release everything. Siddhi Pala Hung. Hung in this mantra. Hung are the three syllables of the exalted body, speech, and mind of all Buddhas. Namo Guru is homage to the Guru. Bhajadrik is like Bhajadhara. Same. It's a variation of Vajradhara, which is the holder of Vajra. Holder of Vajra here means, he has achieved the complete Buddha state. So Hung is the three syllables. Namo Guru, homage to the Guru. I take refuge in the Guru, who is Vajradhara, the Lord protector of the three worlds, Ranashri, the root Guru. Please please give or bless me with the fruit of accomplishing, the result of accomplishing Mahamudra, and at the end, Hum. So that is the little bit on the meaning of this mantra. Om Namo Guru Benza De Lo Jana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bezra De Lo Jana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bhadra Dete Lo Jana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bhadra Dete Lo Jana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bhajadre Lo Jana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bhajade Lo Jana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bhajade Lo Jana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bhajade Lo Jana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bhajade Lo Jana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bhajade Lo Jana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bhajade Lo Jana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bhajade Lo Jana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bhajade Lo Jana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bhajade Lo Jana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bhajade
Lojana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Palla Om Namo Guru Bhajade Mojana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Palla Om Namo Guru Bhajade Lojana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Palla Om Namo Guru Bhajade Logyana Dharana Shri Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pallahum Om Namo Guru Bhajade Lojana Dharana Shri Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pallahum Om Namo Guru Bhajade Lojana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bhajade Lojana Dharana Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bhajade Om Namo Guru Bhajade Lojana Dharana Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bhajade Lojana Guru Mahamudra Om Namo Guru Bhajade Lojana Guru Mahamudra Om Namo Guru Bhajade Lojana Guru Mahamudra Mana Moguru Bezadi Gadelo Ganadana Moguru Mahamada Sindi Mono Mana Moguru Bezadi Gadelo Ganadana Guru Mahamada Sindi Om Namo Guru Benzade Lojana Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om. The next few verses, 4 verses, first two are supplications or prayers. And then the next two, they are what you should visualize, what you should think. Then the first two is to supplicate and pray for the 4 empowerments. So the first verse, essence of the blessings of body, speech, and mind, of all the victorious ones of the 10 directions and 3 times. And
Where is this essence? Who is this essence? This essence is Ranashri, Kyopa Rinpoche. So you see Kyopa Rinpoche as the essence of the blessings of the exalted body, speech, and mind of all Buddhas of 10 directions and 3 times. Chokchuk Dusum, Chokchuk Dusum, 10 directions and 3 times. 10 directions, the 8, 4 major and 4 intermediate, and top and bottom, 10. 3 times past, present, future. So to Ranashri, the father, and your lineage, and all those who have come after you, you who are the refuge and protector of all beings of the 3 planes. Sasum Drowe Kyabgun, Ranashri. Kyabgun is refuge and protector. So we call the heads of our lineage Kyabgun Chesang, Kyabgun Chungsang. Kyabgun means refuge and protector. So Kyabgun. And so to Kyabgun, in this case, Kyabgun Ranashri, I pray, I supplicate, and grant me your blessings that I may realize this illusory body to be the Nirmanakaya, that I may realize the vital energies to be the Sambhogakaya, that I might realize the nature of mind to be Dharmakaya, that I may attain Buddhahood in this very lifetime. And these are the prayer for requesting the 4 empowerments. The 4 empowerments in the highest Yoga Tantra context, in the unexcelled Yoga Tantra context, the 4 empowerments are given as the vase empowerment, the secret empowerment, the wisdom knowledge empowerment, and the word empowerment. The vase empowerment is the first one. So these 4 empowerments, from the then how we're going to receive this is in the next 2 stanzas. So it says that this whole field of accumulation would dissolve all into just that all that is left is just Kyopa Rinpoche and yourself. And remember that yourself should be in the form of some idam. Whatever idam that you find most naturally, and you can imagine yourself to be, you can visualize yourself to be, you are then in that form. Then Kyopa Rinpoche gives the 4 empowerments by releasing or shooting out a bright, direct ray of light from his forehead to your forehead center. So center meaning not on the surface of the forehead, but in the center. Then from his throat center to your throat center, red light. From his heart center to your heart center, not the organ heart, but really what I guess we would call solar plexus. Again, inside, blue light. And then golden yellow from his secret center to your secret center. And in that way, the base empowerment is received through this light into the forehead center, the secret empowerment through the light going into the throat center, the wisdom, knowledge, empowerment into the heart center, and then the word or 4th empowerment into the navel. This is the 4th empowerment. So this is in the unexcelled Yoga Tantra context. In the more general context, when we say the empowerments, we can say the empowerment of body, the empowerment of speech, the empowerment of mind, and then all 3 combined as the 4th empowerment. That is a more general way of talking about the 4 empowerments. But the more specific is the vase empowerment, secret empowerment, wisdom knowledge empowerment, and the word empowerment. So the next 4 stanzas, basically the rough meaning is what I just explained. Chukchu dusum gyawa tamje ki kusung tuki ngo wo jin la pe Sa sum dro we kyam gun ran na shri yap se gyu par che la so va de gyu lu tu ku tok par jin ji lo sok so long ku tok par jin ji lo sem ni chu ku tok par jin ji lo se chik sam ye tok par jin ji lo she so ta pe gur so la martin la me children tu ka te wane karma ting sur utru dani ki ne shir tim pe jim shi rim dang ching wang shi lek top ku shi sa ben tun tar ni lama o pong rang shin dur Giru ne rang ten la me sang sum dang rang gi go so nyam pa chem por giru. Then after receiving the four empowerments, the Guru, Gyopaji Tensumgun, dissolves as well and melts into you. You, yourself, and Gyopa Rinpoche becomes inseparable. Di tar pel den la ma lem gon shin cho to so de gi pe ge cho gi kang sun kor wa ne pe dru gun ji kor de yong gi la ma tom ju mo dong a tek pe shing ta nam sum she rin chen la ma gi pe chok nam gi sang sum yon ten tu yi ke gu kun chak chen chung zhe be zhe shi shu. So we'll take a very brief break and then we will start Gongchik.